I'm going to call the May 19th Board of Education meeting to order and ask you to please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Seeing no additions to the agenda, your recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. First of all, in your packet, you'll see the TSI and ATSI information for your review. Today, we have got some special people here to recognize. We are going to be recognizing some of our schools and also individual state champions that we have in attendance with us today. So to start out with, we have some academic awards. And in past years, if you'll remember, you've heard of the organization PREPS, and they give the PREPS awards. Well, in the past, they would give those based on growth. Growth was hard to calculate over the last couple of years with the disruption to state testing. So what they gave awards for this time was for schools whose average scale score in a certain grade level was higher in the spring of 21 compared to the spring of 19. Obviously, that was very difficult to do because you're measuring post-COVID to pre-COVID. And so a handful of schools from each district were recognized. It wasn't just an overwhelming number of schools around the state received these because it's a very difficult task. We had several schools in DeSoto County that we want to recognize today. And I'll start out by recognizing our elementary schools. And I'll ask the principals to come forward to accept their awards when I call them up here. For 5th grade ELA, Horn Lake Intermediate School, Dr. Crystal Robinson, please come up. Congratulations. 3rd grade math, Lake Cormorant Elementary School. For this one, I'll ask Ms. Christy Dunning and Ms. April Rucker to both come up. For 3rd grade math and 5th grade math, Lewisburg Elementary, Cynthia Dixon. Fifth grade ELA, Olive Branch Intermediate School, is Ashley Taggart. Congratulations. Photo of Ms. Smith. Photo with her. Slide on that. Congratulations. Great job. Now we'll move on to our secondary schools. 8th grade ELA, Center Hill Middle School, Mr. Larry Hood. Congratulations. 8th grade ELA, DeSoto Central Middle School, Mr. Brian Williams. Eighth grade ELA, Hernando Middle School, Dr. Jerry Float. And 8th grade math, Hernando Middle School. And then, we got 2. Make sure I get that right. 7th grade ELA and 7th grade math, Lake Cormorant Middle School, Ms. Lisa Stein. Congratulations. Eighth grade ELA, Lewisburg Middle School, Mr. Brad Meadows. And for Biology 1, Lewisburg High School, Mr. Chris Perkins. Get the photo. Don't want to slide down to the podium here. Good job. Saw one of our principals when they were arriving today, and I told them I was glad that we were able to recognize them. A lot of the awards that we give, just like we will here in just a moment, are for our high school students and high school principals. It was good to see our elementary principals and middle school principals being recognized today, and they do a phenomenal job. I mean, when we talk about academics, our elementary and middle school principals are doing an excellent job, just like our high school principals. And so glad that they were able to receive recognition today, and they'll be able to go back and brag on their teachers too, for all of their hard work and all that they did to get there. And now we've got individual state championships. I will ask Coach Alan Peacock from Center Hill High School, the athletic director, if he'll please come forward so we can recognize these students.
Thank you, President. Thank the board for recognizing these young ladies. We recognize two young ladies that won state in the MHSAA 6A track meet. The first young lady won state in the high jump and the 100-meter dash, Kaylee Prentice. And the next young lady won state in the triple jump, Kaylin Williams.
Good picture. Congratulations. What grades are y'all in? Seniors. So Mr. Payne let y'all miss a little bit of senior graduation practice to come here. That's good. All right. I was wondering about that because I knew graduation practice was going on. So congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing y'all at graduation Saturday. That's awesome. So I want to congratulate our students on a job well done. Congratulate our principals, our teachers for a job well done. We're about to get on to the business of the meeting. And so, hold on one second. Are you a track coach? Let's get another picture. I want to get a picture of you. I'm sorry we didn't recognize you. Yeah. Let's get a group photo. Coach Peacock. Wait to recognize the coaches. Great. Thank you. I was saying we're about to go on to business. You're more than welcome to stay, but if you would like to leave, now would be a good time. Y'all have a great day.
That concludes the superintendent.
Yes, ma'am. I have two matters, both of which will need to be brought up in executive session. One is a contract performance matter, and then the other is a contract evaluation matter.
Have before you the consent agenda, your recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda items A through YY.
Make that motion.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Is, Mr. Williams. You have the floor. Is brand-specific Apple products.
Yes, ma'am. Bids were open on May 4th for purchase of brand-specific educational Apple products. As Apple is the only vendor in the district to legally allow to purchase Apple brand items from. It's my recommendation that the bid from Apple be accepted.
Your recommendation, sir, on the bids.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the bids from Apple for brand-specific Apple products for 22-23 school year.
Mr. Nichols, you have a question?
Right.
Oh, okay. I need a motion for the brand-specific Apple products.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? New firewall for DeSoto County.
Yes, ma'am. Bids were open on May 5th for purchase of the new firewall. There was only one vendor submission for this bid. Since the new firewall must be implemented and working by July 15th, there's not enough time to conduct another bid to try and receive more vendor participation. With those factors involved, it's my recommendation to accept the bid from Logista.
Your recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the bid from Logista for the new firewall for DeSoto County.
Technically, how does that work?
The firewall?
Yeah.
Firewall was put in place to keep out people from infiltrating our network. And also to keep our kids from getting out and getting into things that they shouldn't, we don't want them to get into. So that's what it protects the network.
With the motion recommendation, do I have a motion for the new firewall bid from Logista?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Bids for phonetic and foundational skills programs grades K-3.
Yes, ma'am. Bids were open on May the 11th for the purpose of a phonics and foundational skill program. Wilson Language Training Corporation was the only vendor that responded to our bid for the phonics program. It's my recommendation that the bid from Wilson Language Training Corporation be accepted.
Recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the bid for the phonics and foundational skills program grades K-3.
Do I have a motion for the phonetics and foundational skills program grades K through 3?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Proposal to install new playground equipment for Manual Elementary.
Yes, ma'am. Fernando Elementary School PTA would like to purchase and build a new playground on the southeast side of the building. All the equipment will be donated to the district upon completion. If approved, Wilco Services will install the equipment, and our own plant maintenance team will oversee the project. Seeking approval from the board to move forward with the installation of the new.
Recommendation on the playground.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the installation of new playground equipment at Fernando Elementary School.
Do I have a motion to approve the installation of the new playground equipment at Fernando Elementary?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Councilman. Rescind board policy BGBRK.
Yes, ma'am, we are asking to rescind this policy due to an update needed within the title of the policy. MSBA will not allow us to change the title of policies, but they will allow us to request a new descriptor code, which I will present in the next item.
Your recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the rescinding of board policy GBRK for certified employee vacations and holidays.
We have a motion to rescind this board policy GBRK.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Now, new board policy GBRKB.
Yes, ma'am, this policy will take the place of policy GBRK that was just rescinded in order to include classified employees within the title of the policy. This policy is being presented as a first read. However, since the only change to it was the descriptor code, we are asking to waive the second read for this policy.
Recommendation.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the new board policy GB RKB, certified, classified, employee vacations and holidays.
Do I have a motion, since we're waiving the rule on the new board policy GBRKE, do I have a motion to approve this new policy? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Alexander?
Good morning. Person of packet today is pages 1 through 4, recommendations. Pages 5 through 7 are personnel changes. Page 8 is a memo from Mr. Tunky, principal of Fort Lake High School, on request to play an employee for after-school tutoring. He was hired after the start of school year, was not added to the school tutoring list by an oversight that was previously board approved. He worked 3 days as an after-school tutor. Page 9 is a memo from myself on a request to add 1 additional secondary assistant principal unit to DeSoto Central Middle School for the upcoming school year. Page 10 is a memo from myself on a request to add 1 additional advanced placement teaching unit to DeSoto Central High School. And both for the upcoming school year, both of these are based on their numbers. Page 11 is a memo from myself on a request to add 1 additional academic specialist, ACT/advanced placement unit. This will be effective for the upcoming school year. This addition will be paid out of ESSER funds. Pages 12 through 14 is the high school academic specialist job description for this position. Page 15 is a memo from Mr. Williams, our Assistant Superintendent of Business and Operations, on the request to add the following grant units for the Student Services Department, which will be effective for this next school year. That's at South Haven Intermediate, DeSoto Central Middle, Fort Lake High. Page 16 is a memo from the sample Executive Director of Academic Support School Improvement on a request for a $5,000 supplement for 2 employees who work as SYLC facilitators for the upcoming school year. Page 17 is a memo from myself on a request to approve to pay an employee his teacher from Fernando Middle School on time work back in June. This is another oversight, 21st through June 24th. He worked a total of 21.30 hours assisting in creating online resources for Mississippi States. Page 18 is a memo from the samples on a request to approve the stipend amount of $40 to all new teachers who attend new teacher orientation for our schools on July 19, 2022. Page 19 is a memo from Nurse Davis, Director of Health Services, on the request to change a current sped nurse from an LPN nurse position to an RN position. This change is required from the Mississippi Board of Nursing. Page 20 is a request for additional pay for myself. Mr. Shepard, the principal of Olive Branch Middle School, allowed him to work 10 additional days in June. This would begin June 2nd and end on June the 30th. He'll be paid at his current daily rate of pay. Page 21 is a request for additional pay for myself and Ms. Corbin, the new principal at Oak Park Elementary School. She'll work the same 10 days in addition to her contract at current pay from the same dates. Pages 22 and 23 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Gosson, Director of SPED, ESY. These employees will begin on June the 3rd and it will end on July 14th. Page 24 is additional pay for the samples on an employee who will work as a high school summer school teacher at South Haven High School from 5/26 to 7/8. She will work a total of 140 hours and be paid at $30 per hour. Pages 25 and 26 is request for additional pay from the samples on teachers working to prepare, plan, and present digital best practices at the tech event. They will begin on 7/18 and end on 7/27 for a total of 20 hours and be paid at $30 per hour. Page 27, request from the samples on an employee to work as a summer school administrator at South Haven High School. Begins on 6/2, ends on 7/8, total of 27 days and be paid as daily rate of pay. Pages 28 and 29, request for additional pay from the samples on teachers working to create Schoology training. They work a total of 7 hours on June the 22nd to be paid at $30 an hour. Pages 30 and 31 is request for additional pay from Mr. Williams, Director of Transportation, on employees working to provide transportation for the reading program beginning June 20th and ending June 30th. Pages 32, 33 is request for additional pay for Mr. Williams on summer transportation workers. These employees will work a total of 296 hours, beginning May 31st and ending July 26th at $11 per hour. Page 34 is request for additional pay for Mr. Williams on summer transportation workers. These employees will work a total of 264 hours, beginning 6/6/22 and ending 7/26/22 at $11 per hour. Pages 35 and 37, request for additional pay for Mr. Williams on summer transportation workers. These employees will work a total of 23 days from June 6th through July 14th, making their daily rate of pay in those days. Pages 38 and 39 is request for additional pay for Mr. White, Director of Plant Maintenance on summer workers beginning May 31st and ending July 29th at $11 per hour. Pages 40 and 41 is request for additional pay from Mr. Spencer, Assistant Superintendent Teacher, working on resources for ACT benchmark scores, ELA, and reading for a total of 40 hours beginning June 1st and ending June 30th, $30 per hour. Pages 42 and 43 is request for additional pay for Mr. Spencer on teachers working common assessments and pacing support materials for a total of 40 hours beginning June 13th and ending June 22nd at $30 per hour. Page 44 and 45 is request for additional pay for Mr. Spencer on teachers working materials for Schoology and resources beginning June 6th and ending June 16th. 30 hours for a total of $30 per hour. Page 46 and 47, request for additional pay from Ms. Williams, our Director of Mental Health, on all middle school counselors to work up to 40 hours at their hourly rate of pay from July 1st, 22 to 6/30/23 next school year. Page 48 and 49 is requests for the same thing for high school counselors there, that is work up to 80 hours of hourly rate at those same dates. Pages 50, 51 is the request from Ms. Hallmark, Director of Child Nutrition, on new manager training beginning June the 20th and ending June 23rd at $14 per hour. Page 52 and 53 is request for additional pay from Ms. Hallmark on employees working to take the Serve Safe class on June the 2nd, with a total of 8 hours at $14 per hour. Pages 54 and 55 is request for additional pay from Ms. Smith, Director of Elementary Education, on teachers working to create a district ELA assessment on June 21st and ending June 22nd at $30 per hour. Page 56, request for additional pay from Carol Smith on teachers who will work to create a district math assessment from June 6th and ending June 30th, total of 70 hours at $30 per hour. Page 57, request from Ms. Smith on an employee who will work to create district math assessments on June the 6th and ending June 30th, working a total of 35 hours at $30 per hour. Page 58 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Smith on teachers who will work to create district science assessment on June the 22nd, ending June 23rd, working a total of 14 hours at $30 per hour. Page 59 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Smith on an employee who will work to create district science assessments on June the 22nd and ending June 23rd, 14 hours at $30 per hour. Page 6 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Samples on an employee who will work 80 hours completing the MDE Early Childhood Education Training, June 13th to June 24th, to their hourly rate of pay. Page 61 and 62 is request for additional pay from Ms. Samples on pre-K assistants who work 80 hours completing the Early Childhood Education Training from June 13th to June 24th, at the hourly rate of pay. Page 63 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Samples on an employee who will work summer school clerical at South Haven High School from May 31st to July the 8th, to be paid at the hourly rate of pay. And then pages 64 through 139, classified employee renewals for the 22-23 school year. I need to stop at that point and have it board approved.
Your recommendation on pages 1 through 139.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve pages 1 through 139 of personnel as presented.
Do I have a motion to approve pages 1 through 139?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Ms. Young?
Page 140 is a classified recommendation for the 22-23 school year of this 3 points.
Your recommendation, sir.
I recommend to the board to approve page 1 140 of personnel as presented.
I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Final page of the packet is page 141, and it is a classified recommendation for the 22-23 school year that was reported.
Your recommendation, sir.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve page 141 of personnel as presented.
I have a motion to approve page 141 as presented. I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Alford. Mr. Finley, student discipline,
We have to this matter.
executive session. I need a consideration motion for closed session to determine whether we'll stay in executive session for the property contract, the evaluation matter, and the student discipline.
I make that motion.
All in favor? Aye. We will next meet on June 2nd for the budget hearings at 2 and the meeting at 3. It will be an executive session. Mr. Chase will come back and tell you if we're staying.
That's good.